Hey everybody, Jared Duckett, Duckett Ladd, Dental CPAs and Advisors here with my business partner, Buzzsaw. Buzzsaw, what's happening, buddy?
Hey, I'm doing well, Jared. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good, man. It's Tax Tip Tuesday time, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm shooting this on a Friday, so I'm ready to get out of here and enjoy 4th of July weekend, right?
Yeah, looking forward to that nice long weekend.
Oh man, sun's blazing outside. Let's shoot this and get out of here. But
Sounds good.
what we're going to talk about today is and we're going to do. I think Buzzsaw, we can do like a series on this, if you will, because it's a lot to it. It sounds basic, but there's a lot to it, and it's a question I get all the time from dentists, dental practice owners, anybody. It's, hey, just bought a new vehicle, or hey, I've got a vehicle. How can I write that off? You hear that all the time. I just bought a new vehicle. How can I write it off? Or hey, how do I benefit from a vehicle? How do I deduct a portion of the vehicle and all that? So I'll throw it to you, Buzzsaw. And again, let's do an example. I'm a client. I'm calling you. I ring you up and say, hey, Buzzsaw, just bought a car. Just bought a sweet brand new car. How can I write that off of my business? How can I take advantage of it? I mean,
Yeah.
how would you answer that?
Yeah. Well, the first thing I think I would say is, as with most things in the tax code, it depends, right? I mean, there's a lot of variables out there. And the first question I would ask is, well, are you a W-2 wage earner or are you a business owner?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I guess, majority of our clients, I guess, are dental practice owners, but let's just hit on that W-2 for a minute. So what if they're like, well, yeah, I'm a W-2, I get paid with a W-2. I'm an associate. I work at a private practice, or I work at a DSO, etc. Go further on that. So I'm a W-2.
Yeah.
So how's that work?
Yeah. So you bought a car and you're a W-2 wage earner. Unfortunately, you cannot deduct the cost of that new car for tax purposes. What you can do is, if you are driving business miles for your employer, that is not your typical commute. So any mileage outside of that typical commute, you should be getting reimbursed at the standard mileage rate from your employer for those miles driven. And that money is paid to you tax-free.
Gotcha. So if I'm driving, I see running to lunch meetings or doing things at my dental practice, and I'm a W-2, there's no way for me to write that off, is what you're saying.
Right. If you don't get reimbursed from your employer for those costs, then there's no way to get any tax benefit from that.
Yeah, because I think, and again, you're the tax guy here, but that used to fall maybe under that unreimbursed employee business expense. That was that whole subject to 2.5% wild stuff. That went away, right? Isn't that right, with the Tax Jobs Act?
Yeah, that went away in 2017. So unfortunately, that's not an itemizable deduction any longer on your Schedule A.
Yeah. So W-2, if I'm driving my car for business purposes, number one, ask your employer to get reimbursed. You're probably getting reimbursed for it, I would think. You're probably getting checked. You might not be driving a lot, to be honest with you. Think about a dentist. You might not be driving around a lot if you're not doing higher level business things. So let's tangent to the other side. You said it depends, right? So I'll answer the question the other way. And this is why I think we're going to do a series on these, because the other route, the business owner, goes a lot deeper. So Buzzsaw, how would you answer this? All right. It depends. And I say, hey, I'm a dental practice owner. I own my own practice. I just bought a new car. What next?
Yeah, that's a great question. A lot of variables. I think the first question, and what we would have to get into, is how much of that vehicle are you going to actually use driving in your business, and how much of it's going to be personal use, because that's going to affect a lot of how the vehicle is going to end up being depreciated and all that fun stuff.
Well, the answer, what everybody says, right? 100%.
Right.
I drive it all the time. That's all I do is work. And you're exactly right. I mean, it's all about how much you actually use that vehicle. And that's where we're going to do a series on different, like you said, the methods, to look at. And I think we can dive deep on those. So Buzzsaw, I think we can do a video, for the next Tech Tip Tuesday, maybe go into like the actual method.
Yeah.
That we'll dive into. Then kind of look at the standard mileage method. We used it with the W-2, and just kind of, you can really just watch this series and go through these steps to see exactly, what it looks like. So it's just not as easy as what it sounds, right? Go buy a new vehicle and write it off, huh?
It's not. There's a lot of variables in play, but that's where your CPA can help you out.
Yeah, that's a great thing. The first thing to do is ask your CPA, probably before, I'll say that, before you buy a car, especially if you're a dental practice owner, ask your CPA to run numbers. And that's what we're going to do over this series. We can probably come up with a case study here with two different types, as we get into the methods and the different advantages of what it plays out to. So I think this is going to be really fun. I think we're going to really tax nerd out on this and provide some good value and clarity to what it means to take the vehicle, the automotive deduction.
Yeah.
Sweet. Buzzsaw, I appreciate you, man. We'll let's enjoy 4th of July weekend, get back on here next week and shoot another one. Again, you guys are watching this after the 4th, so I apologize, but hope you guys had a good 4th. And Buzzsaw, appreciate you, man. We'll talk soon.
Sounds good. Yep. Have a good weekend.
All right. We'll see you guys.
All right.